Looks can be deceiving, and some creatures are just like participants of a Halloween costume party. They have all the scary costume on, but underneath, they're as sweet as candy. Here's a list of 10 scary animals that are actually friendly. At number 10, the blue-tongued skinks. For anyone who isn't fond of reptiles, the blue-tongued skink is one creature that is sure to scare you off at first glance. Native to Australia, these lizards have many snake-like features due to their tiny legs and long bodies, reaching up to 26 inches. Their blue tongues, which is a rare trait in animals, would probably make you hesitate in coming anywhere close to them, as bright colors are often associated with venom or danger. In spite of all these, blue-tongued skinks actually make amazing pets. They are calm and docile creatures that are easily acclimated to captivity and do not put too much trouble when tamed. These animals even enjoy being scratched on the head or chin and can be said to enjoy the attention and care as pets. And number 9, vampire bats. Horror movies oftentimes depict vampire bats as terrifying, blood-sucking creatures looking for the next human to devour, when in fact these animals do not have any taste for humans, but can even be quite tame and friendly around humans. They usually feed on cattle and goats and don't even do so as gorily as you might imagine. They use their teeth to make tiny incisions on their prey and may feed on its blood for nearly an hour while the sleeping prey remains absolutely oblivious to what is happening. Their terrifying face should not be assumed to be the same for this character, as female vampire bats are known to care for and shelter each other's young. Vampire bats are generally very social creatures and they live in close communities. At number 8, Aye. The aye is one animal that looks nothing short of ugly, scary, and absolutely frightening. They have large ears, bushy tails, and shaggy fur, which makes them look particularly odd. Their most unusual features are their large yellow eyes and witch-like middle fingers. Seeing these creatures staring at you with their eyes would most definitely run shivers down your spine. Ayes have been commonly called a harbinger of death, but it turns out these animals are nothing but peaceful. Nocturnal foragers that enjoy only the taste of foliage or insects they find in tree trunks. Ayes are curious animals and are not usually afraid of humans. They may approach a human to take a closer look and have no interest in attacking or scaring away humans, even though their looks may do that for them already. At number 7, naked mole rats. When talking about odd-looking animals, naked mole rats definitely make the list. They have an appearance that can only be best described as alien and frightening. Growing only up to about 3 inches, these rodents are almost hairless, looking wrinkled, old, and far from the cute appearances most rats usually have. Coupled with their lack of fur, they have 2 large movable incisors which have no business piercing human flesh, but only for eating, carrying, and grooming their young. The naked mole rat is quite sociable and coexists well in groups. Not all naked mole rats can produce offspring. The rest of the colony are tasked with foraging for food and caring for the existing young mole rats. These animals are completely harmless and would rather scurry off into their tunnels than outright attack a human. At number 6, the manta ray. Often called the devilfish, manta rays are the largest species of rays in the world. They are closely related to stingrays, which are known to be very dangerous sea creatures due to the venomous spines at the base of their tail. Manta rays do not in fact have a tail stinger as you'd find in stingrays. However, due to their enormous sizes and similarity with stingrays, unfamiliar divers are usually wary of these creatures and are often mistaken as one of the terrors in the sea, when in fact they are totally harmless to humans. These large sea creatures are even no threat to fish, as they survive merely on plankton and other tiny floating animals. Manta rays oftentimes allow divers to get close to them, and the only defense mechanism they have when they feel threatened is to swim away as fast as possible. At number 5, eels. For most humans, any slithery creature is downright a no-no. It is generally assumed that any animal looking anything close to a serpent most definitely will be dangerous and like nothing to do with humans, except to feed or cause pain. Well, that is certainly not the case when it comes to eels. Many people have chosen to keep eels as pets and have proven to be very lovable creatures despite their menacing look. Eels hardly ever attack humans. They even enjoy swimming around divers and may occasionally close in for a snuggle. Their long and sharp teeth may be frightening, but even when faced with danger, these fearsome-looking creatures would rather swim away than face confrontation. And number 4, giant African millipedes. I'm sure you've once found a regularly sized millipede crawling up in your backyard that you probably ignored or simply shooed off. Well, the giant African millipede is definitely not something you'd find that wouldn't cause most humans to freak out. These crawlies are named giants for a good reason, as they can grow up to 15 inches in length and 3 inches in thickness. However, their enormous size doesn't make them any more different from regularly sized millipedes, which in fact pose no threat to humans. Giant African millipedes sure may look frightening and probably creep you out as they move with their legs reaching over 200 in number. But for those accustomed to these insects, they are known to make great pets. An insect their size may be assured to be equipped with huge teeth or stings for biting, but are in fact void of any. At number 3, milk snakes. Besides the fact that they are snakes, milk snakes ordinarily do not have any terrifying feature. There is nothing particularly unusual about their size, teeth, or appearance that may outrightly look scary, and yet these creatures are greatly feared amongst humans and other predators. This is due to the fact that they bear a striking resemblance to one of the most poisonous snakes in the world, the coral snake. Both creatures have red, yellow, and black stripes and can be really hard to tell apart. Milk snakes, unlike coral snakes, are totally harmless and are merely feared by humans due to cases of mistaken identities. Milk snakes can be carefully held or kept as pets without needing to worry about being bitten, so that is something you would only want to do if you're absolutely certain it is not a coral snake. At number 2, sea pigs. Oftentimes we get really suspicious of things that may not have dangerous-looking features, but may look unusual from what we are used to seeing. Sea pigs are certainly one type of sea creature that look completely strange and due to their unique looks are often assumed to be dangerous. They are quite unlike any other fish, as they have thick legs and plump bodies, which gives them a certain resemblance to farm pigs, hence the name. Sea pigs are incapable of harming humans in any way and have been freely studied and admired by researchers. Even though there are a number of strange-looking sea creatures that are actually dangerous, it can't be assumed to be the same for all, as looks can be quite deceiving. At number 1, pit bulls. Dogs are known to be one of the most friendly animals in the world. Many species are incredibly adorable and make lovely pets. There is one species of dog, however, that might not come off as friendly looking, most especially to people who aren't fond of dogs, and that is the pit bull. Pit bulls are considered scary not only due to their aggressive look, but also because of their reputation as guard dogs, known to charge at humans at a moment's notice. It turns out pit bulls can in fact be a man's best friend just as well as any other dog. They are very loyal animals, and with proper care and training, they are wonderful pets to have. Just like all dogs, their behavior is most linked to the way they are treated. And with a loving master, pit bulls can grow into becoming very lovable pets. If you enjoy the video, show us by smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.